in the Institute's calendar, initiated by none other than our founder, Professor C.V. Raman. The Gandhi Memorial Lectures were instituted by the Gandhi Smarak Nidhi in 1959 to be delivered at the Raman Research Institute by a person of high eminence, and normally on October the 2nd. The lectures launched in 1959 were delivered annually by Professor C.V. Raman, with the last talk about a month and a half before his demise in 1970. After his demise, the Raman Research Institute Trust had been formally managing these lectures together with the Raman Research Institute, and speakers are selected not just for their eminence, but also for their concern for humanity and social services which are close to Gandhian thoughts. I'm delighted that the 50th Gandhi Memorial Lecture will be delivered by Mr. Bezwada Wilson, a widely respected Karnataka-born human rights activist. It's my pleasure to also invite the chairperson of the RRI Trust, Professor Jyotsna Dhawan of the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad, who is here, to say a few words on behalf of the Trust and also to introduce our eminent speaker. Jyotsna.
Thank you, Tarun, and thank you everyone for being here. Am I audible? Yeah. This is an activity which is really close to the heart of many people here who come every year because it's such an important element of Raman's own interest in a wider social contract. And this lecture, as Tarun said, is organized jointly by the RRI and the RRI Trust, and it's an activity which we take very seriously. Today, it's a great honor for me to introduce the human rights activist, Shri Bezwada Wilson. Bezwada Wilson has been a tireless crusader for the rights of our fellow citizens who simply by birth into particular communities have been burdened with the disrespect and the poorly paid profession of what is called manual scavenging. I confess that this term makes me intensely uncomfortable, as it denigrates an activity that we as a society collectively understand is absolutely essential, but to which we willfully blind our collective vision. Instead of honoring people who do this onerous and essential task, we disrespect them. Instead of asking why our society is built on such unequal and neglectful terms, we blame the victims rather than the beneficiaries of this activity. And instead of asking why we cannot use appropriate technology for changing the degrading experience of this job, we focus on the high-tech needs of people who already have too much. Bezwada Wilson is a person who has worked to open our eyes to this terrible injustice. He was born in Kolar Goldfields. He's an alumnus of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, and since the mid-1980s has dedicated his life towards the eradication of manual scavenging from India. In 1994, he co-founded the community-driven Safai Karamchari Andolan, of which he is currently the national convener. Through the sustained efforts of this group, the Prohibition of Employment of Manual Scavengers and their Rehabilitation Act was introduced in 2013, which mandates compensation to families in case of death while on duty, safety gear for workers to perform their duty, and more. In 2016, Wilson was honored with the Ramon Magsaysay Award for asserting the inalienable right to life with human dignity. It is most fitting to have him deliver this year's Gandhi Memorial Lecture. Shri Wilson, thank you for your efforts in keeping the importance of the right to education, employability, work, and law of this marginalized group alive and in our collective consciousness. For your work elevates all of us. Thank you for accepting our invitation to deliver this lecture.
Chair and the director and the other faculty and the people who attended today, for all of you it is a good evening and I am so happy to be here. Various reasons for that. One is about today is an important day in our history. There is no doubt about that, and the whole world is celebrating Mahatma's birthday, and that is become like a event, unfortunately, but we need to discuss about that much more. Today when I came here, they have taken me to show the museum, and it is a remarkable, and so much of the miracles are there, so which I could not even understand much. And Mr. Sasi has started explaining about each is whatever stone or whatever, and everything is speaking, and everything is not, light is not required, but it is also self giving the light, like, and that colors changing and all. How I understood, very few minutes, almost like in a half an hour, with the museum I went and I have come out. Now I can think that I have seen, I experienced, and I know how much I know. Very, very little. I could not even understand, because I know the only education is the only one subject like, and within that there is a science, there is a physics, and when I came here they are saying within the physics there are many physics, even I can't pronounce so many things. The same way we are started or now thinking about Mahatma Ji. About Mahatma also, Gandhi Ji, we know very little. How I know about the museum, we also made Gandhi Ji as a museum. We just go, we visit half an hour and we come back. And we think that we are all know about the Gandhi so much, but we never ever understood actually what is Gandhi. Gandhi is something which is a human being cannot understand. In such level he has taken a human being life to understand the humanity. So which we are unable to even the touch. None of us, after the Gandhiji, none of us, all the Indians, whoever in the whole world, still we want to understand. But it is a very difficult to actually, a human being just taken to the level where he get pain. As the victim get pain, equally he also get the pain. So how we experience that, we are not aware of that at all. We are something very reached to the comfortable zone where we are all happy. We have a research institutes, we have the many universities, we have many things. So where we are all busy. But freedom, when it is 1947 August 15th, but Gandhiji was not there in Delhi. He was not there at the Red Fort. He was somewhere else. So when he fought for the freedom, freedom for the people, freedom is not for the nation. What is the nation? Nation is the people. So when you are fought for the freedom and worked for that, given a life for that, struggled and went for the jail and stayed there, when it has come closer to you, and you were not there to even witness. You are not there to feel happiness for that. Why? I think that the freedom is not just changing the power from the one dynasty to the another dynasty, or the British to the Indians, or Indians to the some other. No, that freedom may not be Gandhi has expected. That may be the reason he has gone to the place where there is a freedom still required. What kind of a freedom? There are the many kinds of the freedom. So that we enjoy, we accept, we acknowledge, we recognize that just one freedom which is a political freedom. We have a freedom to do whatever we want now. We have then a power in our hand. So we have then a sovereign state and we are doing now. So that is what we just got there and we got stuck or we stopped there. But Mahatma, that is the reason we can say he is a Mahatma. He just moved away from there. Still there is a freedom for the people are waiting. It is a social freedom. It is a religious freedom. This is the economic freedom. There are the many freedoms and there is a conflict. And the conflict where there is an exploitation. There is a slavery. So he was talking or he was thinking, aiming to actually annihilate any kind of discrimination practices and any kind of human beings where they get the suffer. How we can relieve from the suffering? How we can come out of that kind of a sorrow? That is what actually he might have expected. That is the reason he moved to the Bengal where the people were expecting something, the peace and harmony. Peace and harmony, that is a very much essential in our country today. Our society, we are all expecting there should be some peace and world peace. And today, yesterday, you might have seen in the newspapers. So we don't know what is actually going to happen. In that circumstances, this lecture has a significant importance. We need again a Gandhi. We need again a Gandhi. We must understand the Gandhi. It is not just visiting the museum as I went and half an hour. Gandhi is something bigger than that. So shall we actually put ourselves into that? Shall we understand that kind of a Gandhi? It is not just waiting for the going or fighting with the Britishers or somebody. And after it is come, then you enjoy and you celebrate August 15th every year. Not that. It is beyond that. What is that I too don't know. So I am not here to deliver what exactly Gandhi to you. That is not my job even today. My job is actually where I understood Gandhi, where Gandhi has questioned me. From childhood, because in the school, anywhere textbooks, you will see definitely Gandhi. Bapuji, bilkul we will see. Without seeing that, you cannot come to the even 5th or 6th standard. You will understand what is the Bapuji. So I also just felt the same way. And just so much thinking about the only Gandhi. And we got the statues also. I studied in the Kuppam. There is a nearby Kolar Goldfields, my place. So there also, you go to any small city also, you will see the statue of the Gandhi. So that is my childhood, it is started, looking the Gandhi. Looking Gandhi itself, my dear friends, I can say, more than enough for any human being to build their own life. You just look the Gandhi, enough. Physical appearance of Gandhi itself gives them so many lessons if you want to understand, if you want to actually follow or we want to listen. There are so many things. There only actually my life started. I felt so happy about that. And I was a bit disappointed because I born in 1966. So I was thinking how unfortunate person I am. If I could have born before 1947, I could have participated in Indian freedom, then my life would have been better. That is what my whole childhood, my dreams is to go. Later I realized that actually the freedom still we are waiting for the many kinds of the freedom. We can even involve, engage and put ourselves into the so many things like. My life started not with the plan at all. I never made any single plan in my life. I am very bad. So whenever I go to the schools and colleges, I will tell everybody, I am a bad example, don't follow me. Because I have no plans. So without plans, you are asking any children to actually to follow is not at all a good. I never had any plan. Where to study, I don't know. It is an accident. Because of my mother, I studied. I am not interested to go to the school at all from my childhood. I have enough with my mother or her company. So I am there with my mother is more than enough. I don't want to study. I don't want to go anywhere. Nothing is required for me. That is what up to 6 or 7 years. Then only my mother also felt that if I don't go to the school, I cannot understand many things. So not for employment. My mother is much more better than the many people. So people studying for the employment now, but my mother is to say from the childhood, education is not for employment, but you must understand the world. You have to read. I cannot read. I cannot write. So you can at least read and write and you can learn many things in the world. You can read so many. So I used to ask, so much big books, how can I read? She said that you start with the small book, read and you can read the big books. So I had a passion to read the big books is very, very important books. That is what my understand. That is the way my mother used to take and push me into the school. With her help only I was sustained in the school. And I come out of the interval and later I will not go. Again she will take me and she will throw me into the school very forcefully. And she will say that I am under the tree only, I am not going out. You just finish your business and come back. So within 10-15 minutes I will come back and check whether she is there or not. Most of the times luckily my mother is there. So I had a confidence, so that is the reason I stayed in the school. School is also not so happy for the poor and the marginalized and the other children. So we feel outside is the better than the school. And school, that education, that system is not so convenient or comfortable. I don't know that you have to study as a research institute, you have to come out with papers. But I want to say my childhood experience, that is because of my mother, I am able to stand in front of you here. And second, important, I want to say always, the love which she has showed in my life and my whole this thing, that's so much. I cannot have even an iota of the hatredness in my life. I never hate anyone, that just because I have experienced the love so much from my mother, so that is still, it has occupied me. I cannot even think anything against anyone. Whatever they want to do, whatever. But still I think that they will come back, they will repent, they will change. There is a hope. These are the things I have learned from my mother. Then second is Bapuji. The most important I learned. Khadi. So I don't know how it got influenced. We were reading in the newspapers and all. When I was 14, 15 years, matlab 10th class. Once I completed the 10th class, I left the polyester wearing. During that time, polyester and terracotta was so famous, and it is no need to washing also easy and ironing also easy. But khadi, cotton is very difficult to manage. People used to say that. But I don't know, I got convinced with the Gandhiji's teachings and what the charka, the symbol. From that day till to date, I never wore any kind of polyester or anything. I'm just wearing the same thing. That much influence, I'm just giving a small example. That much he influenced. He influenced many people in this world and the country. But unfortunately, we are not taking his mission forward. Safai Karmachari Andolan, which we are thinking about this. This is not as an institution or the organization or the NGO or the registered one even today. This is, we have started in the sense, instead of saying starting, we initiated a kind of a thing, which is with out of the anger. First, when I came to know that I am a son of the scavenger, my mother, father, it was in a very disturbing situation. Any child, all children, they feel, childhood is one of the beautiful thing in the life, which we cannot forget. Everybody, whatever poor, whatever, it is a childhood is a very thing. There we enjoy the actually freedom, liberty and equality and all this fraternity. All these things are after the childhood I am unable to see anywhere. That is a big problem. But in my childhood, all the children, even when we are so young, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, you don't even know girls, boys or anything. We are all just like. So that is actually the life I enjoyed. And that time when you came to know that suddenly you are not like other, you are something different, that pains a lot. That I cannot explain to you now. This takes so much time to explain, but that takes you something which you feel so much blissfulness or something. Suddenly, if you want to put like a sudden break, so much jerks how it happens in the life. So life will go in the very, very different manner. You can't even understand. I am a so soft speaking person, basically. Even if somebody asks me my name in my childhood, I have to say at least not less than 3-4 times. Otherwise, you will not hear my name. Because I will say very, very low voice and I can't pronounce well. That was this thing. But after I know that I am not like others, I started shouting. I started crying. I started behaving very differently. So my mother, father also started asking, what happened to you? Then when I explained to them, people are saying like this. People are calling me Toti or something in South India, they call Toti. Paki in Andhra and other place, Bangi in North India. These are the derogatory words used for the scavenging community. So when I explained that, they said that there is nothing. That is all just like that is a fun. It's a fun, don't worry, you just move ahead. They have no idea to explain to me how it is. But the problem is it is not happens one day, which you can forget. It haunting you every day life, everywhere you go. Somebody will say, somebody will laugh, somebody will make comments. There are such children, they don't know what they are doing. But I feel very difficult to accept that. Accepting is a very difficult. Not accepting, you have to fight. So my submission to is, so far, many people, many children, innocent way, they made a comments or many slurs or the gali kuch aisa, they have made that kind of a comments. I heard, I never repeated any kind of other words to them, number one. Number two, I have not accepted. They said that you are untouchable like. I said that no, I am also a citizen of this country. I strongly believe even today, in the Memorial Day of the Gandhi, I want to make my statement in front of you. I cannot understand, I cannot accept that I am something different than the other citizens of this country. Because the country is as equal to you, as equal to me also. So I still believe very strongly, which nobody so far not broken. Strongly believe even now. I am a citizen of this country, enough. Somebody says you are a Karnataka, you are a Telugu, you are Andhra. So that is also very difficult. My mother tongue is Telugu. So as long as I am there in Karnataka people used to say, oh, Telugu avaru. So I am not a Kannadiga. So when 1980s, there Kannada way, Kalibeku, Kannada way, all these things. I also went to the Kannada school and we made ourselves. So when we hear the KGF is in a Tamil dominated place, 90% Tamil dominated place. So where the Telugu, this scavenging community, very small community. So we have a minority, we have a linguistic this thing. And they say that you are in Andhra. When I went to the Andhra in 1980s, then up to with the S.R. Shankaran sir when we are working, then there they used to say that Bezwada Wilson is speaking good Telugu, although he is from the Karnataka. Okay. So when I come here, they say that he is Telugu avaru. When I go Andhra, they say that he is from Karnataka. So this is actually, I could not understand. This is the beauty of India. This is the beauty of India. You are everywhere, you can claim everywhere. When people say anything, you don't need any certificates from anyone. So that is the diversity from the childhood I have developed to accept. I am in a like. Then now we are in Delhi. Delhi is in a beautiful place where all are settlers. So nobody says that you are from Karnataka, you are Tamil Nadu, or Bihari hai, Punjabi hai, Haryana, सब लोग हैं वहाँ. Delhi में Delhiite ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. There is nothing like Delhi. Because if you start living there for the 10-20 years, then you will feel that there is okay, this is one. And that is a place you feel bit comfortable. that comfort also given to develop a kind of a small organization. That is the reason we made it this Safai Karmachari Andolan there. What exactly we do? My dear friends, there is no work as such. So people come, some primary school students, they ask me, uncle, आप क्या करते हैं? Then I said that manuals can, वो सही है. Every day morning till evening, what you will do for the liberation of the scavengers? So what I will say, I will get up and I will get ready and I will sit in office. Then after some time she asked me, you are not doing anything for the scavenger here? You got ready, you sat in the office, and what you will do? I will make a phone calls and I will connect. Will you talk to the scavengers? I said that sometimes, but not every day. So every day you are not doing anything for the scavengers. She declared. That is actually the true. When you become an institution and organization, you will lose the contact from the actually the community, the primary school child. The girl, she has told me very clearly, look, you are not doing anything directly to the scavengers like. But when we started here in Kolar Goldfields, that was the time, it was a terrible time. Why it is so terrible in the sense, when we want to say that making the human beings to clean the human excreta is a very, very problematic. And you cannot accept that. And once you know that, you feel very disturbed. So if you know that you are making somebody to clean like that, you get disturbed. When the person who is cleaning, they felt so difficult when they go for the any time first time. First time when they go to clean, it is a very, very horrible. And I can't understand why the people are cleaning. You also asked me the same question. And I also had the same this thing. Why we are cleaning? So that question I asked my mother, father and everybody. They have not told much about that. They said that first day when I went, it was in a terrible day. I got a vomitings. Then I came back and I told my brother, elder brother, I cannot work. I want to go back my village. And he said that if you go back to village, and how you will live? There is no any other employment, no land, nothing. And even for the coolie jobs, it is not getting now. So it is a drought situation there, what you will do? Then I went back. After 6 months again, there was a terrible problem, poverty in the house. So again I came back and I started. This is a story many people will narrate. But when I was there around 13, 14 years old, first time my maternal uncle, he came from the Andhra to here to see eldest brother. So he was asked to go to join some job here. So our people, when they go to any company, they offer this job only, nothing else. There is no any asking also, what employment, all those time. So you just go in the morning, in the payroll time, in the attendance time. After the attendance, they will say that there are the certain new people came. They also want the job. They will take as a casual labor first. After some time, there is a chance of getting the permanent. So he also went for that. And 1 or 2 days he has not got the job. He came back, I believe, I don't know exactly. One day he got the job. And they sent him the job. And he came back. We were all sitting, that elder brother of him and others in the family, they were all sitting. While coming itself from the far away, he's my youngest maternal uncle. He was keeping the hands and all this like this, and he came like this. And he came there and by seeing his brother, he started crying. And he said, what happened, what happened, what happened? He said that, Anna, if you could have given me this much of the poison, I could have consumed and I could have died peacefully. Why you sent me? And we don't know what he's saying. We are all children and others. Everybody started laughing. Brother also started laughing. And hey, what is there? What happened? What happened? Again he repeated the same word. He was crying. We were all laughing. After some time he said that they sent me to clean the dry latrine. And when I went and I saw that, and they asked me to clean somebody's shit. And how I can do that, and I refused. And that overseer, and they said that if you don't do, we will call your brother and we will send you back. Because if you don't work in those time in the colony, you can't even stay. The staying also restricted, prohibited. If you work only, you can stay. Otherwise, after a few days, you have to go back. When he was narrating and explaining, I could not understand that time. After 90s, when I started thinking about that, first the image has come to my mind, my maternal uncle, how he was telling. My dear friends, this is a first-hand information and experience for all the women. The women scavengers who are working with their parents 1 or 2 days, and they refuse and they go back and they don't work. Then after the marriage, again the husband is also scavenger and he is not well or something, it happens, and they asked her to go and clean, and she has the same story. There are the lakhs of the stories in this country, but nobody is ready to listen those stories. And it is continued very well up to 1990s in the Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, and all the parts of the country. And we don't even, never even felt why it is happening. I could not understand how the society has not even understand that making the people to clean will harm others, or their psyche will be very disturbing. So why we are doing that, why the civil society and the people are not understanding. That is what I felt, that there are so many universities and many things. But we could not understand certain things, which we need to actually go back to the Bapuji-like person and bring back him to us and ask him to live along with us. Otherwise, we cannot understand. The mighty, like power like the Britain, they also has an slaves. And they have the 1096, they have the university. Their first university started 1096. Almost like 11th, 12th century, they had a university. Oxford, Cambridge, all these universities. And we have the Takshashila universities, we have the Nalanda. So here there is actually so much wisdom. But till almost like a 70s and 18th century, we have the slavery, we used to buy the people. On the market, we used to make the people and they used to buy. And the British also, they also bought. And they want to capture the world. And the power has to come into the one place. So my question is very clear. Again, I am coming back. We are thinking that the coming and the holding everything, power is actually the greatness. We are not thinking exactly the freedom, how we are taking away others. Slavery, how it happened. When I was reading Kinta Tunte and all in the Alex Haley, the roots, I was felt how it happened. Where we are all thinking that we are all human beings, how they made the people to stand on the just, purchase and take and use whatever use and throw them out. This is what happened. Then when I realized that there is a people are making, even many human beings here, to clean the shit and they are not thinking, I started making that, completing the dots one by one, making the line. I understood that this is a modern slavery. We don't even understand. When we think about the slavery, we think the 1783, 1763, baad mein 200 years, after 25 years, America has started, Britain started, Haiti started, history, all these things. But even today in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Jammu, Kashmir, even now, when I am talking about the Gandhi Memorial Lecture today morning, the women has cleaned the human excreta in the dry latrine. We have spent almost like 2 lakhs crores of the rupees on the toilet construction. But we have not felt how we can come out of this women human scavenging, collecting the fecal matters by the human being, the citizen. It's still happening. How it is happening? When we have declared the India as a total manual scavenging free country and open defecation free, when you are talking about that, it is not happened. They think that we are talking against. No. Please understand, when you speak truth, the truth will only actually to lead us to the freedom. You can't understand the value of the freedom, or you can't understand the truth, and you say that when we speak the truth, you are anti-national. So this is what we need to understand. It is not about any party. It is not anything about one individual, two individuals. No. Our society has become like this. We, the people of India, we become like this. We are not understanding how we can make any human being after 75 years of the independence in the democracy still cleaning the shit by hand. Just for the rotis or for the 100 rupees per month or 200 rupees per, whatever rupees in the month. How it happens and how we keep quiet and we can't challenge each other. So where we lost, that we need to bring back. We have to understand that. So that is actually the struggle we are doing. We talk about so many things. I talk about the Safai Karmachari. There somebody says that the Raman Magsaysay and award. What is award? What we will do with that? What for we started after 42 years? I'm standing in front of you. I have to confess that we have not done anything. It is not achievement. 80 lakhs to, it has come to the 30 lakhs to 10 lakhs to the 1 lakh to the 60,000. No, one human being in front of us in our society, taking the human excreta, collecting the fecal matters, and again talking about that. What is this? This we need to understand. We have to question ourselves. This is a challenge for our democracy. We are the greatest people. We have reached to the many levels. We know the humanity. We are not so wrong as before. It is a progress so much. But because of the media and other things, we are still getting tuned within a so barbaric. Something, if I say something, you can't get convinced. If I say that some women has molested or something, you don't even hear that. You'll just think that, okay, I have to say. How I have to say? They have used some kind of a rods and something. All the hair women and the parts of the this, that. When I say that only, you will get a convince and your emotions start coming. We have turned to the barbaric way of the limitations. Come down. Be a human being. No need to be a greatest or anything. Just a human being. If it is affecting other human beings, freedom, fraternity, dignity, self-respect, please understand, you have to put stop there. You want to all these things. When I explain about that women are cleaning or something, no, they don't understand that. They ask the NDTV and all these TV people, they said that, so when there is a rain, so the rain when it is coming, when women is carrying, and the rain comes, and the water drips, and it goes up to the nose, and it goes. I have to explain it goes. Why it goes? Without going anywhere, also taking the human excreta itself is a crime. How do I allow that? So the TV persons want. They may see in any photo, any video, they ask, we come to YouTube, there is a rainy season, because we want a picture of that. We have tuned ourselves to that level. Extreme level only we are getting, our conscious is opening. That is not correct, something going wrong. That is what my presence here. I want to tell you, I want to request you, I want to beg in front of you. We cannot convince to the extreme levels. We have to come back to the moderate level, minimal level. As in a human being, be a human being. What Bapuji has said, that humanity, let us bring back. Show to the everybody. We are the living Bapujis. Take that as a pledge. Show the humanity. Wherever there is a poverty, wherever there is an indignity, wherever there is any kind of injustice, let us again go back and bring back and say that this is actually the Gandhi's actually the philosophy. That is what we need to understand. My dear friends, I want to just close here, and I want to request all of you, there is a pain in all our hearts. It has to convert. It has to translate into the actions to make this country as a more democratic. It is in a republic country. We are not bondage with anything. We are a free citizens. That we need to show in the love, concern, care, humanity, fraternity, in all ways, everywhere and wherever we go. Let that kind of a humanity flourish. Let the Gandhiji live again in front of us in our life. Thank you. No problem. Madam, there is a questions. Yes. Oh, there is a mic with me. I was thinking I was speaking here.
Let's thank the speaker for an extraordinarily moving and spontaneous talk.
There is a water.
The floor is open for questions.
Thank you for an extraordinary talk. One of the questions that one of the things that you said in your talk was that the numbers have come down, but you also said that there is, I think, you were saying that the cleaning of the sewers that happen, so even if there are no dry toilets, that there are these sewer cleaning that happens. Are they in cities like ours or in any big city in India, even if there are no dry toilets that are, in some neighborhood, is manual scavenging still being used, and what are the numbers in cities like Bangalore, for example?
See, there are the many kinds of the scavenging. One is about the dry latrine cleaning, which is in a dry toilets where the women has to go and lift or throw the human excreta on the wherever, and the buckets and the baltis or the basket, or carry. Sometimes they will throw on the drain, and later they will push to some other big drains. This is one practice. That is called then a dry latrine cleaning. That was before in Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and all. Now it is not here. Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, those places still it is continuing. Then second form is the sewage and septic tank cleaning. So we have converted our toilets into the flush out, but because of our drainage system is not well established and it is not within a scientific manner, and our modern sanitation system we have not adopted. In many cities like Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, the Britishers, what they laid the same pipes still in many places. Some places we have replaced, but above cemented ones that is on the road. And after 2-3 years, every time it is a repairs. So actually this, when it gets stuck, somebody has to enter into that and clean, because we don't have any mechanized way of the cleaning. That is called the sewage cleaning. So there is a gel board, every sewage treatment, what it is, Hyderabad Metro Water and Sewage Board, like Hyderabad, Jal Mandali, Bangalore, like many places, they have that portfolio and they will be engaging the employees. They go inside and they will take the muck and all those things. And sometimes these roots of the trees also goes and it gets stuck. So they cannot remove fully. Something they will remove. Water, even if you make a small hole within a crowbar, the water will flow and either overflow from the drain will go inside, then we will think that it is over. But when they are going and doing like that, so the muck gets stuck. In between that, there is a methane gas sometimes which get filled. So when they go and they open that, it comes, if it's 1 second or 2 seconds is more than it just go up to the brain and they will unconscious. And the other person will shout and hey, come, and he will not come, he will also go 1 or 2 or 3. This number of dying is in one form. And second form of the same deaths happens when you have in a flush out toilet, because it is not connected with the sewage system, you may have your own septic tank close to your house. So once it gets filled, you have to clean that. There are the sucker machines and there are some kind of tankers available, but it is not sufficiently available any city in the country. So that's the reason they will ask the human beings to come and clean. And machine charges also bit higher. So they think that these human beings are the cheaper. So they will go in the night, usually, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and they will consume some alcohol or something. Otherwise, they cannot, and they will take within a baltis and they will clean. When they open and they were cleaning, sometimes there is because it is closed for the almost 2-3 years, there is a chance of the poisonous gases. That also sometimes, and sometimes they slip and fall into that. So there also deaths happens. These 2 deaths till 2013, we went to the Supreme Court in the 1993 Act to implement in 2003. That judgment has come in the 2014. So there they said that all such deaths has to be compensated within 10 lakhs during that time. Later it has gone to the now 30 lakhs compensation. So compensation. So for the 10 lakhs compensation, they said that Act has came into the force in 1993. So identify such deaths from the 1993 and compensate within 10 lakhs. That is a fair judgment. And they said that, and many things they said. Permanent employment for the dependents, free education for the children, housing plot, many things in the judgment in the Supreme Court. After that only we came to know that the government has no data, how many people died. So we went to the NCRB, there is a Crime Record Bureau, they have all the deaths in the country. They said that, but sewage and septic tank tests, we don't have the data. Then we went to the Ministry of Social Justice, they said that we don't have that. They have the data about everything in this country. They know how many trees are there, how many scooters are there, how many TV are there, how many, everything they have. But scavengers, how many people died, they don't have the data. How many scavengers are cleaning also, they don't have the data. So we went as a big rally across the country with women who lost their husbands. They sat and they went for the almost like 3 months, one big rally across the country. They collected such information, how many people died. During that time, it was 1,260 people data we collected and we submitted to them. So government said that data is not. See, government has only one very brilliant thing is they have no data, number one. If you give the data, they have the data is wrong. How you will prove? You cannot prove, no, if they said. Otherwise, they have the other thing is they deny the data. It is not correct. So again, you have to go back and you have to prove. So that is a very big difficult for us. So we collected some FIRs and all. During this time, what happened? We started counting the such things. So that was a very terrible period, and it was what I can say. I also become like mad. So we started counting who died. Our Karyakartas, if they found anyone died, and they applied in Punjab, Tamil Nadu, some extent Karnataka and Telangana. So they used to give the 10 lakhs within the 3 months, 6 months. So our Karyakartas so happy to find out any death happened, we can give the 10 lakhs and they will become a hero because they have made that to 10 lakhs happen like. So what finally happened, that is what we did the wrong. We were waiting somebody to die. When they die, we give the data and we say that give the 10 lakhs. We have no even just thought, how do we prevent the death? We are waiting to die somebody. That is a moment, did a blunder in the whole this thing. Then we had the review meeting, in the review meeting it has come out. Then we started preventing the deaths, we have moved. During that time only we understood another 540 people died after 1260, then again. Then today it is almost like 2,480 such citizens we have lost in sewage and septic tank, and government has no action, not even a single FIR filed anywhere, and no compensation, and there is no technological, any avocation they want to find out, they have not initiated. They are still thinking the new research institutes or the private colleges or IITs to develop any kind of an instrument. My dear friends, we are talking about 140 crores people's problem. Scavenging is not the scavengers' problem. It is 140 crore people. We every day We have to go for the nature call, as she rightly told me that. And likewise, then we need to develop in a technology. We have all research institutes, including our institute, but we have no sanitation technology research institute yet. We don't have it because it requires a huge investment. That has not happened. That is the reason we are losing. Last year also, 107 deaths it happened. But in the parliament, ministry is saying only 57. So if you say data, they will say that. I don't confront. I will say that whatever data we have, we will give it to all the parliamentarians. We are trying to build the pressure with all people like you to make the government to find out a solution. That deaths are increasing and those families are coming on the street day by day it is. Every third day there is a one death. And we don't care. In India, in independent India, even with the terrorism or whatever it is, we have never lost 2,460 people like this. And 2,460, 70, 80 now. So it is continuously increasing. How do we actually develop in a technology to prevent the deaths? That is the second part of the scavenging movement. I think nobody will ask question because my answers are very big.
Sadik,
Yeah, so it was a very shattering talk for me at least. And I have a question which regarding what you initially, later prefaced about what has led to this. This dialing up of, society's attention is gotten when there's an extreme event, but we have desensitized to the common common problems of common people and everyone. We have desensitized. So and it translates to the fact that you can be independent but you may not be free. But the important thing here is what do you think is the core reason why our society has actually not been able, why have we reached this point that we are always looking for this extreme event in order to catalyze some action, and then that too will have its 15 days or a few months of attention and then it will wane. What is the sociological problem we need to address in order to, get back what we have lost?
It is happened so many years in the history of the country, and I also have no such immediate answer to say. But one thing I can say very clearly, there is people, the leaders who has lost the vision. There are no visionaries as the leaders in the country. We have always short term this, but as a long term vision, like including the scientific temperament, we don't respect now. We are now gone back again. So that became a tradition, and that is accepted now. Before it was not accepted. Before we used to see in the framework of the Indian Constitution, article 17 says, 21 says, 31 says, like. Now whatever Constitution says, now what the leaders felt, that is what is then become a constitution for the citizens. Citizens also become like after so much of the corporatization, so selfish motives and what I get out of this, instead of actually how do we build the whole society. It is not matter of the governments. It is also as a society, we must say that what is my country, what the country I want, what the society I am expecting to do, how I have to be there where I fit into that. That kind of a visionaries we have really lost. We don't have much visionaries. And the politicians also, they started actually all the populistic things they are running. So majority leaders, if they go with populistic things, the people will say that I want this and you give that. I want this, you give that. But actually what we don't have that to find out, everybody must struggle. That is the visionaries are not there. And that is actually including this 1993 Act and the 2013 Act and whatever happens in the parliament. And the parliamentarians, they don't care. What the discussion is here happening, they will be talking something else. And they are physically present there. They will be doing many other works. So I should not talk like this. But my presence in the parliament, I do go to the parliament every session and I see that what is happening. I do talk to the many parliamentarians. Nobody has any vision. Nobody has any solution. Nobody feeling bad also. They think that how they have to win the election. So winning the election is their target now. Leading the society to the what direction, that we lost. And our 5-year, 10-year plans, 5-year plans, all these things also, it is just on the papers. So we never achieved our targets. Even if you don't achieve your targets, people's verdict comes. Then you will become again. So achieving, not achieving is also not important. So in the parliament, there is no discussion on the actually achievements. So we say that education for all like a nara, all like a slogans. So slogans gives us a very good thump. We are so happy with the slogans. So everybody getting up and say that one big, like in our Ambedkarite movement also, we very happy to give the name Jai Bhim like. So who says that the Jai Bhim so loud, Jai like that, he is a big leader. So that is in a way, and now all the movements and we are moving. So we need to again review things. I am not alone can say any, this is the question which you are raised is in a country facing. The society we are all facing. We need to again reorient ourselves and we need to review and we have to take and we have to think also very clearly. We are not only led by somebody, we are as an individual, as a sovereign citizen, we do have our own responsibility to take the country somewhere. So where that is, that common goal where it is, that we need to develop. So now there we lost. We are just so busy. We don't have, even if you call in, even my organization, if I ask people, let us come and we make a plan. There are the certain district only now the scavenging is there. First let us finish this and we'll go back. Sir, which day we want? Say I said that, no Bezwada, 8th, 9th, 10th I have some meeting. And other person, 12th, 13th, I have something, 18th, 14th, everybody has. All are busy. This organization, Safai Karmachari Andolan, has started only for this. But all our people, team members, their diaries are full. 14th, 11th, 13th, 14th, 18th, 19th, they are all full. So they say that now not, so I have to wait for the at least 15 days to just to think in my own organization. This is the fate we are all. We don't even know that where we are all driven. Somebody is pushing and we are just running and we are filling the gaps everywhere and we are busy. And all are busy. I am not doubting any person, you are not working, you are, no. We are all busy, but for what we don't know.
I believe there's a question here, lady here.
I have two questions. One is, what is about the technological solutions, some of them in cleaning sewers and all that, in which part of the world are there any models which are of use to us to learn from? And are they applicable to us? One. The second question is, we heard a lot about Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. I don't know anything about it. Please educate us about it.
See, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is meant for the construction of the toilet that has achieved the target. That is, they made for the 5 crores or something, but later they extended Swachh Bharat Plus, ODF Plus like. Then now it is, they are claiming like 11 crores, 50 lakhs toilets they constructed. So where they constructed, how it is, that is in a different. They have very limited this thing. So there in the actually aims and objectives when they framed, that time they said that untouchability eradication also, discrimination and all those things. But later stages, the secretaries, when it has come to the implementation, they have very conveniently removed even those words. Somebody may go question or something, they felt. They have made that as a very clear, and how many toilets Tata is going to construct, how many Sachin Tendulkar construct, where the money comes, and they construct it. But that is not helped in the eradication of the scavenging. See, they have not replaced the dry latrines. Say in the villages, some places in the Darbhanga and Saran Chapra and the Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh and many places, Jharkhand, Katni and all these places, there is a dry latrine and they also got then a flush out toilet. And flush out toilet, they have the door and everything and the roof also, luckily. So they put all the firewood very conveniently there and they close the door and they are using. They are using that for the firewood stock and they are using the toilet as usual before what they were used. So there is many things we need to understand, so Indian psyche to address the issues. It is not very simple and one overnight it won't happen. When I started in 80s, 90s, I felt that 2 months this work, 2 months that work, and more than 2 months planning I never did in my whole life. 2 months is the biggest time for me. Even coming to Bangalore also, somebody, can you come and stay one day? I never stay anywhere. I come and now I am just thinking when you leave and I have to rush back. That is I never make any plans. 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 8 months I will finish my work and I will go to during that time my dream was going to the Himalayas. Because that time I have not seen Delhi. So I was in South India. So Himalayas, the beautiful mountains we were talking. Today only I came to know that Himalayas also emerged with the south has gone up and it is heated. They were telling in the museum that, but during that time I don't know that beautiful white mountains to go and I don't want to come back. But my Himalayas are there in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, which I have not realized that time. So that is the thing, it is a very difficult. Swachh Bharat we don't put together. That is a different and this is a different. And we need to request those people who involved in Swachh Bharat also to come and do this also. We cannot question why you have done. Government has 200 programs they have to do. So why do we question them? Why you are doing? But I can always ask that you spend 2 lakhs crores on the construction, but you are unable to give even for the 500 crores for the rehabilitation of the women who lost had livelihood here. For self-respect and dignity, she thrown that basket. And the collector said that, "Aaj to todenge, kal to dobara aake, today you are leaving this, tomorrow morning again you will take that same broom and you will go and clean the same toilet. I will give the money," as if that his own money is giving. That is what he was posing. So that women said that, "Okay sir, main ek kaam karta hu, you come out." Then he came out and she went and they also use the BD and all. They have the matchbox, everything, women also there. So she went and she burnt everything and closed. My broom has gone, my basket has gone, now you give the rehabilitation. Punarvas, paisa do, main ghar jana, paisa do. Then DM said that, what is happening? She is challenging me like this. I said, I have not made her to say, do like this. Sir, she did this. Now you have to do. Then she said that within 1 week I will do the needful. But nothing happened. That is another thing. That such courageous women, whatever they have done, they are waiting for the rehabilitation even now. We don't have the money. We have no budget. This budget also, the budget for the rehabilitation scavengers is a zero. No money allotted. So how you rehabilitate so many scavengers? See, one way you say that we eradicate, we do this, that and all. But there is no money. So that dichotomy also one big. Another thing is a solution is, other Western countries, they did something. They did something for that on compulsion. Due to the compulsion only, everywhere they modernized the scavenging. Germany has a good model. America also has, and they have done a very good sewage system. And there are the sucker machines available there in the septic tank cleaning. And that is all mechanized way. No smell is coming. And I also visited one time and I have seen. But people said, and I also went and see in the Japan. Japan and Korea has a technology which is adaptable and it is reasonable in the price wise. The West is a bit costlier, but here whatever the technology. But our scientists, they have to see both and they have to adapt for our situation here. We cannot directly bring that technology and use it here. They are also wearing the coat. That coat has an air condition like, and there is a fans inside, because when they go inside there is not much. So the skin may get some kind of a red patches like. To avoid that, they made the coat also like that. So they given me one coat to bring here, but on the airport they have not allowed, so I left and I came. And I don't go any other countries, foreign and all, I don't like much. So these 2-3 places I have gone. And technology is available, and I want to tell very clearly, Japan and Korea or America, whatever the technology they have, equally we do have the technology in India. The only adaptation of the technology is in a political will. If there is a political will, there are the greatest scientists in our country, they can adopt the same technology and we can do the better than anybody else. And we have the solutions with us.
Maybe. Do you have a question here? Yeah, okay.
First of all, thank you so much for the talk. I just wanted to ask you that what would you say that we can, as common citizens, actively do to contribute at least a little bit to bringing about a change?
See, very simplest thing is when you see anywhere there is a drains are cleaning by human beings without any safety gear or with the safety gear, because as per the law we are not allowed, we should not allow any human being to enter into the sewage and septic tank at any cost. There is a one clause emergency. Emergency also, I was also in the drafting committee during that time. So emergency defined when the road, if there is a manhole, when the heavy vehicles, when they pass, ply on the sewage, that lid, and if that cemented one, if it is broken into the piece and fall down, and you cannot suck that. So somebody has to enter and take that debris of that. For that, there should be one ambulance, there should be one this thing, and oxygen cylinders must keep ready, everything. So all these things are okay. But our sewage, that diameter is in a small, very small. Where do you take the oxygen cylinder inside, along with the human? They are unable to wear the good clothing. They remove all the cloth and they are entering. So we need to actually modernize that. So in that circumstances, if you see anywhere it is happening, you can bring the notice of the district magistrate or in the Karnataka collector or the deputy commissioner, DC. Because the DC has the power to actually to see if there is any reason to believe that there is a scavenging. If they know that through your intervention with a memorandum or the letter or the SMS or the tweet, then they have to do the survey of the whole district. You are saying in Yeshwantpur, in one place, one thing, one evidence. But the DC has to do the survey of the whole area, how many are doing like that, and all of them he must provide a rehabilitation and mechanized way of the cleaning, that all the responsibility on the district commissioners, deputy commissioners. So that social welfare department has the fund for that, and the NSKFDC, there is an agency at the national level. So these are all on the papers. You write or you tweet, you may not get any response. Don't worry, that is the Indian style of the response. You have to try 2-3 times. Because in the beginning when I want to, I have seen my one woman is cleaning Picham, I got a shock. And the whole night I could not sleep. The next day morning I have taken one white paper, I have said, dear Prime Minister, scavenging very bad. Bad, very, very bad. Very, very big bad. So big bad. You stop. Stop, Prime Minister, stop, Prime Minister. Full page, stop, Prime Minister. And I have written that. Where it has gone, I don't know. I have written to the Prime Minister, New Delhi, and I posted. Till to date, I have never got anything. But that is the way we have to, see what I want to say, this is for our own conscience, you have to do something. You do that. Result, definitely one day it will come. One day it will come. We have written letter to the, letters to the editor, Indian Express, by Dr. B.S. Rao from the St. John's Medical College. I told him that this is all happening. So he has written an article, put an end to the scavenging, one small letters to the editor, Indian. It has published. And he asked, you write to the Deccan Herald. I have written to the Deccan Herald the very next day. I can't write in English. He drafted everything and given my name. I posted. Nothing, never published. After 6 months, in the April, I got in a call that Deccan Herald, some chief correspondent want to come and meet me. That was the actually opening of the scavenging system. So our effort should not be stopped. See, there were two things I want to say and close. Something, this kind of a thing, when it happens, you must get disturbed. If you are not getting disturbed, there is something wrong going within us that we have to test ourselves. There is something wrong. You must get disturbed. When it is get disturbed, you have to make that into the action. Anything. You just go to the nearest police station and you tell the police station. So our person, one person from the Kurnool, he has written a letter to the Lokayukta about the manual scavenging. So Lokayukta is something corruption. So for him, why you are writing the letter? That is what in the team meeting everybody said. But Lokayukta has taken that. He has brought the toilets in the cinema talkies. Cinema talkies, there is a toilet. He has written a letter to the Lokayukta. Lokayukta has sent in a letter to the cinema talkies to stop the show until you construct then a flush out toilet. That is the day that Chiranjeevi's the great movie is releasing. That day the Lokayukta stopped the screening. It became such a big news, they have converted all the toilet overnight and they released the movie. So I want to tell, don't think that this is what only work in India. India is a very beautiful country. Here anything work, everything may not work. Thank you.
Now, request the director to present a small memento to the speaker.
Sir, वहाँ जाना. Thank you. Very, very amazing talk. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So on behalf of the institute, there is dinner arranged. It's on the terrace of the library block building. Yeah? If anyone doesn't know where the library block building is, you can ask us. Thank you.
No problem. This bag, I have to give back good bag.